Okay, so let's start with the fourth one, binomial distribution. And up till now we have covered all the distributions which are continuous. Now we are starting with the distributions which are discrete ones. So first one that we will be talking about is binomial distribution. So I hope that you have written it down from the slide that it is nothing but a distribution of binomial experiment, result of the it is the distribution of results of binomial experiment. Now what is binomial experiment? It is an experiment which consists of n identical trials or experiment. Okay, it is such experiment which is consisting of n identical experiment. Like if I say that tossing of a coin 10 times, so it is consisting of an experiment which is tossing of a coin which is conducted 10 times. Each particular time is known as a trial. Okay, so I was talking about what is a binomial experiment. So n identical experiment, first condition. Then it is the condition that the trial should have only two outcomes. What are those two outcomes? Outcomes can be anything, but it must be only two, like acceptance or rejection, or yes or no kind of outcomes, or success or failure kind of outcomes, or basically your qualifying gate or not qualifying gate is also a such kind of a trial. Okay, so two outcomes should be there, and the probability of each outcome does not change, like in the sense that if you are tossing the coin 10 times, so if on 7th toss you got some head or tail, it does not it will not influence what will you get the outcome in the upcoming tosses. Means still on the upcoming tosses the probability of head and tail will be still half. It will not be like depending upon your previous outcomes or previous trials. Okay, and similar thing, all trials are independent. That means there is no effect of your previous data on the upcoming experiments. Okay, this experiment is known as a binomial experiment. Okay, so now let's say P denotes the probability of success in a trial. P denotes the probability of success in a trial, and similarly Q denotes the probability of failure in a trial. Q denotes the probability of failure in a trial. Now can you give me what will be the relationship between P and Q? Can you tell me what will be the relationship between P and Q? Yes, what will be the relationship? Yes, it definitely will be P plus Q equal to 1, because either in an outcome you will fail or you will get success. So the total sum of the probabilities should be equal to 1. This is the one of the condition. Okay. Now probability of X successes in n trials is given by NCX P to the power X Q to the power n minus X. This is the probability of getting X successes in n trials. Okay, you can see that we have used here combination term. Can you guess why we have used this NCX? Can anybody guess why NCX? So we have chosen this term NCX over here because it is having some importance. And what is that importance? The thing that we are required to find out is what is the probability of X successes in n trials. Now because you have, let's say, n equal to 5 and X equal to 2, means you require 2 times your success. These 2 times can occur anywhere among these 5 positions. This 2 times can be either here, or it can be on these two, or it can be on these two. So these P cases, or the probability of success, can come at any of the 2 places. So how many ways are there to select the 2 places among 5 places? So we have seen that this is nothing but 5C2, that is NCX. And now because we are talking about the probability, so if this position probability is P and rest of them are Q, so the required probability will be P into Q into Q into Q like this. So P is multiplied how many times? 2 times, and Q is multiplied 5 minus 2 times, that is Q to the power 3. That is why we will have NCX over here, because it simply implies that how many ways are there in which X success can occur among the 9 trials. So in this way you will get this probability. Okay, I hope you understood the formula, how it came in this manner. Now write down for this distribution, the mean is given by n times p and the variance is given by npq. This is the mean and variance for a binomial distribution. And then attempt the next question. So the question is, a 6-faced fair die is rolled 5 times. The probability of obtaining one at least 4 times. So you should understand from this point that from 5 times you require 4 times your, at least 4 times one should come. Okay, that means it denotes what possible case that the number of ones that are obtained can be more than one also. More than 4 also. Okay, at least means there can be more than 4 cases that where you will obtain 1. So why do we use binomial here? Because it is representing a binomial experiment where a similar experiment is performed some n times, which is here given to be 5. And we have only 2 outcomes. What are those 2 outcomes? The die can have 6 faces, but the outcomes that you will consider here is only 2, that either you will get 1 or you will not get 1. So what will be the probability of success? Probability of success will be nothing but probability of obtaining 1 on the die, which is 1 by 6, and similarly Q will be probability of not obtaining 1, which will be 5 by 6. Now the thing required is that the number of successes will be at least 1. Now at least number of successes will be at least 4, means that they can be greater than 4 also. Yes or no? At least 4 mean greater than or equal to 4. Okay, equal to case will also be included here because at least is mentioned. So you can write this is nothing but x equal to 4 plus probability of x equal to 5. Now we will not integrate over here because this is not a continuous distribution, it's a discrete distribution. So I have just summed up the probability of x equal to 4 and x equal to 5, and obviously there are only 5 trials, so maximum case available is 5. Now this probability is nothing but 5c4 p to the power 4 and q to the power 1 plus 5c5 p to the power 5 and q to the power 0. Okay. So if you solve this, it will be 5 into 6 to the power 5. And this will be 5 to the power 6, 5 to the power, this is a 5 and 1 6 like this, plus 5c5 will be 1 and this will be equal to 6 to the power 5. So you have to solve this to get the answer. So answer is 1 by 6 to the power 5 into 26. So if you solve it, what are you getting? What are you getting on solving this? Use the calculator. 6 to the power 5. So you are getting 3.34 into 10 to the power minus 3. But this is not your answer. This is not your answer because it's asked in percentage format. This is not your final answer which you will enter in your numerical keypad, because percentage is asked. So what you will do, you will just multiply with 100. So your final answer that you will enter will be 0.334. 0.334 is the final answer. So an unbiased coin is tossed an infinite number of times. The tossing of the coin is occurring for infinite times. The probability that 4th head appears at the 10th toss. Probability, what probability is required? That on the 10th toss you will get your 4th head. What is the answer? Will the answer this will be this quantity? Is this the answer? Will it be the answer? And if not, then what? Why it's not the answer? There are actually, what is the condition mentioned? What is the condition mentioned is that on the 10th number of toss, if this is the 10th toss, you should get a head. So if you are using this 10C4 formula, 10C4 implies what? That these 4 heads can come at any of the 4 places. Okay, these 4 heads can come at any of the 4 places. It is not mandatory that it will come at this 10th toss. So if you are using 10C4 formula, then it is not satisfying this condition that only on the last or the 10th toss you will get this 4th head. Okay, that is why it is not a correct approach. Everybody should understand this thing, that why we can't use 10C4, because 10C4 means that you are selecting any of the 4 places among the 10, but that is not required. We require that on the 10th only there will be 4th toss. But what we can do is that we can find out that what is the probability of 3 heads in 9 tosses. Yes or no? Using binomial we can define what is the probability of 3 heads in 9 tosses, because if they on the 10th toss there should be 4th head, it implies that on the remaining first 9 tosses you would have gotten how many heads? You must have gotten 3 heads. So what will be this probability? This will be 9C3 half to the power 3 into half to the power 6. Okay, and then what will you say? Then you will say that what is the probability of getting head on 10th toss? What is the probability? Probability of getting head on 10th toss. What is the probability? Reply. What will be this value? Yes, 0.5, because we have seen that for binomial experiment the outcomes are independent. If on any number of toss the probability of getting is half, on 10th toss also it will remain the same, that is half. So what will be the answer? Should I add these 2 probabilities or multiply these 2 probabilities? What should be the answer? Multiplication of these 2 or addition of these 2? Reply fast. Yes, definitely we should multiply, because there is what kind of a condition? And condition is there. This should happen together with this. It is not like this that either this happens or this happens. We need that both of these 2 happen together to get the required probability. So the final answer will be what? 9C3 into 1 by 2 to the power 9, and there is 1 by 2 multiplied here. So 1 by 2 to the power 10. Solve this and you will get your answer as option C. So passengers are trying repeatedly to get a seat reservation in any train running between 2 stations until they are successful. Okay, obviously if you are trying to get seat reservation, you will try up to the point when you are getting successful. Okay, if there is 40% chance of getting reservation in any attempt, in a single attempt the chances of getting the seat reserved is 40%. Okay, then the number of attempts that the passenger needs to make to get the seat reserved is dash. Number of attempts that the passenger needs to make to get the seat reserved. How many total number of attempts will be required? That has been asked in you. Okay, so first of all, make a slight change in the question. Actually, the number of the attempts are not required. The question wants to ask the average number of attempts. Change the question. It is asking you the average number of attempts. Average number of attempts is required. Average in terms of the future things. Average for the future events is nothing but what? Expectation. So we are asked to find expectation of x, where x would be what? X would be defined as the number of attempts required to get the seat reserved. So E of x is required. Okay. Now, is it any kind of distribution that we have read till now? Is it following any particular distribution? First of all, it's not mentioned in the question anything. So, can you consider it to be following some distribution or not? Reply me in the comments. Is it following any particular distribution? So first of all, yes, this distribution, yes, this random variable is a discrete random variable, so it will follow discrete distribution. Okay, so till now in discrete we have only read about the binomial distribution. So now the question is it following binomial distribution? Is it the case of binomial distribution here? Obviously, no, it's not the case of binomial distribution, because now here you are not in such a case that you are trying 10 times to get seed reserve and you want any number of times to get the success. This is not the case here. What is the case? That you are trying to get the seed reserve, you will try a number of times, and as soon as you get successful, your experiment will be done. So your success is only defined as only one, because more than one success is not required. Why would you try for reservation when you have already get success one time? Okay, so this is not a binomial experiment because the number of successes is just one, and that is to be also defined as the last case. It will be like success will be happening only at the last trial of your experiment. Okay, so let me see what can I do if I do not know the distribution. If you do not know the distribution, if you want, then also you will want to find the expectation of x, then you will use this formula that we have seen in the earlier classes. Summation of xi with the corresponding probability. So now, first value of x, 0 cannot be the value of x. It is not the case that you are never trying. That cannot be a particular case. So x can be 1. 1 means what? That you have tried for reservation one time and you got success in the reservation. So what will be the probability of x equal to 1? Probability of x equal to 1 is nothing but the probability of getting success one time. So that will be equal to 0.4 as given in the question. It is given that for a single attempt, the probability of success is 0.4. Now x can take the value 2 also. But what is this 2 denoting? That on the first attempt, you must have failed, and on the second attempt, you got success in getting the seed reserved. So what will be the corresponding probability? Corresponding probability will be the same as probability of not getting success in the first attempt, that is 0.6, multiplied by the probability of getting success on the second attempt, that is 0.4. Now the third case will be that x is 3. It means what? That on the first 2 attempts you failed and in the last attempt you got success. What is the corresponding probability? So it will be 0.6 square into 0.4, and so on. This will be going on up to the point you don't get the seed reserve. So it is going up to infinity. Okay, now what is this expectation? It is nothing but the summation with the probability. So 1 into 0.4 plus 2 into 0.6 into 0.4 plus 3 into 0.6 square into 0.4 and so on. Okay, now the thing is to solve this series. So first thing that we can do over here is that you can take 0.4 as common. So it will do it will come out to be like this. Okay, now how to solve this? But the thing different is there here is that the probability of getting ahead is not half, it's the biased coin. You can say it's a biased coin where the probability of success is 0.4. Okay, yes, so this you can, if you remember this series, this is nothing but a binomial expansion of 1 minus x to the power minus 2. This is the binomial expansion of 1 minus x minus 2. It's not infinite GP because the common ratio is not same. Actually, it is combination of arithmetic and geometric progression, AGP. Okay, and AGP's sum is not defined by using some formula. It's a process how to solve this. So instead of that, I'll use this, that this is nothing but the expansion of this binomial, that is 1 minus x to the power minus 2. Okay, yes, so now I can write this is nothing but expansion of this. Now what is x? If you compare, x is nothing but 0.6, so 0.6 to the power minus 2. So 1 minus 0.6 is 0.4, 0.4 to the power minus 2 is, you will get this as this, that is 1 by 0.4, that is 2.5 as the answer. Shifting and adding, yes, that kind of process also, you know how to do it, you can try that also, okay. In differential equation chapter also, you will be needing to remember expansions of binomial. So you should at least be thorough with this expansion, 1 minus x to the power minus 1, 1 minus x to the power minus 2, then 1 plus x to the power minus 1, 1 plus x to the power minus 2. At least these four you should be able to remember. Do it as your homework. Okay, you should do some things by yourself only. When you are searching for something, you will find some other things that you will be finding, you will not be knowing, and now after searching this you will get to know. Okay, so that is your homework. Please find out the expansions of this and write it down in your notes. Saying that the number of attempt, how can it be a decimal number like this? I changed the question. I asked you that there is average number of attempts. Average number of attempts. Average can be any number. Okay, like average marks of a student, it can be any marks. 24.3 also can be your average marks. Okay, average height, average anything, it can be any number. That's why 2.5. Okay, and if this question goes like this, that how many or at least how many attempts will be required, if at least number of attempts or the minimum number of attempts that were asked, then your answer would become 3, because average is 2.5. so minimum attempt that you should be able to make to get the seat reserve will be 3. Okay, for this particular question the answer is not 3. If the question goes like this, that at least how many attempts are required or how many minimum number of attempts are required, then you know that on an average you need 2.5 attempts. So at least you should try for 3 attempts so that you get the answer. Oh sorry, answer now, attempt. So let's move ahead with the last distribution, that is Poisson's distribution. So as I have already told you many times, and we have discussed it many times in this chapter about the topic of cricket. So ending this chapter with that only. So consider that there is a series going on. 2 series are going on with India. Okay, let me rub it off first of all. So let's say we have 2 upcoming series, India Australia and India Afghanistan. Okay, let's say there is in the upcoming month there are 2 upcoming series of 5 matches each. 5 matches of India Australia, 5 matches of India Afghanistan. In the case of India and Australia, we all are mostly aware that India and Australia are quite tough competition. Yes or no? The winning probability of India or Australia is approximately the same. Okay, it can be like India can win the series, or there are fair chances that the Australia can also win the series. But what about this case? India Afghanistan. Before the occurrence of matches, can you tell me what is the probability of winning of Afghanistan? Probability of winning of Afghanistan. Do you have any idea about this? So minimum possible value will be 0. So you already know before the occurrence of matches that the probability of winning of India or probability of winning of Afghanistan is very, 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 very low in this case. Okay. So what we will do, if I ask you what is the probability of winning of India in the first series, you will say, okay, 3 successes are required. Okay, and if I assume them to be approximately similar kind of teams, so this will be like this. You will use binomial distribution to tell me the probability of 3 successes among the 5 matches. Yes or no? But in this case, in India-Afghanistan case, now you know that the probability of winning of Afghanistan, that is probability of success of Afghanistan, is very, very low. So in this case, you will not use this binomial distribution formula. Now you will use Poisson distribution formula. Why? Because here the probability of success is already very low. Success in the sense of Pakistan. Okay, I am talking about, sorry, Pakistan, no, Afghanistan. Here I am talking about the Afghanistan success. Okay. So what I have told you that Poisson is nothing but a special case of your binomial distribution, but in the case when your probability of success is very rare and the number of attempts that you are going for is approaching to a very large value. Afghanistan might have played with India a lot many of times, but still the success of Afghanistan is very low. So that is why this case is corresponding to your Poisson distribution. Understood? So Poisson is nothing but a special case where the probability of occurrence of an event is very rare and the number of trials that we are doing are infinite, approximately infinite. Okay, what is n? Number of trials. Sin is nothing but the number of trials, as I have told here, NCX, similarly here. Okay, so write down this Poisson distribution, about this Poisson distribution, how it is infinity. So that's what I was saying, that for Poisson distribution the number of trials will approximately be infinity. Now infinity is a case which is relative. What is infinity? What do you mean by infinity? So for me, maybe Delhi is an infinite distance away from Bangalore, but for you it may not be infinite. So infinite is a concept which depends upon a person's point of view. Okay, so it's not a fixed quantity. For me, infinity can be anything. For you, it can be some other thing. Okay, in questions, how will we approach this question that we will see? Approximately, definitely it will never be given that n are infinite. It will be given some value, but that value will be very large as compared to your probability of success. That is what I mean by these two terms over here. Okay, I took the 5 matches case, but I told that they have played in the past a lot many times, but still the probability of success is very low. Okay, so I think you have written it down. So similarly, writing the probability of, in this case it is given by e to the power minus lambda into lambda to the power minus x divided by x factorial. Okay, one thing to note, do not get confused with this with the exponential distribution. What was exponential distribution? If I just remind you, for exponential we had e to the power lambda x. This was your function. Now e is minus x, that's why it's a function, while here e is to the power minus lambda, where lambda is some parameter. Okay, it's not an exponential function over here, it's this value will be a constant thing. Okay, so this is the distribution. And what is lambda? So write down where lambda is given by n into p. Lambda is given by n into p. Okay, so e of x for this case is nothing but lambda, which is np. What was the mean for this binomial distribution? That was also np. So you can see that the mean for both the cases are the same. Okay, now what was the variance for the binomial distribution? It was npq, but here we have seen that the p value is approximately 0. So what will be the q value? Q value will be approximately 1. So instead of writing npq, the variance is also n into p only, because q is approximately 1 only. Okay, so this is about the Poisson distribution. Everybody give it a try how to solve this. So if you want to find out the expectation, okay, what we will do here, I'll just open up this thing. I'll write this as x square plus 4x plus 4, expansion of x plus 2 whole square. Yes, it's x factorial. So you know that you can split this up to write like this: e to the power e4x plus e of 4. E of x square, you don't know anything about it, but this you can write it down like this: 4 taking constant out, and expectation of a constant, it's the constant itself. Okay, now this value you also know, this value have been given as 5, so it will come out to be 20, and there is a 4 here. Now how to get this value of e x square? Can anybody tell me how to get e of x square? E of x square, how to get the value of e of x square? Yes, variance, but E of x square is not equal to variance. Variance, if you remember the formula, variance was given by E of x square minus E of x whole square. This was the formula for variance of x. Okay, on here only we have calculated this value, mean square value. Now what is the, if you can find out the value of variance, then you can find out the value of this, because E of x is already known to you. Now can you tell me what will be the value of variance? Is it given to you or not? Variance value. Yes, variance has been given to you in the question indirectly, because it is mentioned that x is following Poisson distribution, and we know for Poisson distribution the mean and variance are the same. Okay, so that is why we will say this is equal to 5. This value you need to be found out, or this is 5 square, that is 25. So E x square is 25 plus 5, that is 30. So final answer is 30 plus 24, that is 54. Yes, 54 is the answer. So P is the number of cars per minute passing through a road junction between 5 to 6 p.m. and P follows the Poisson distribution with mean as 3. Mean, that is NP, is given as 3 to you. Okay, what is the probability of observing fewer than 3 cars? What do you mean by fewer than 3 cars? What is x required? Fewer than 3 means x should be less than 3. X should be less than 3, which implies that it is nothing but x as 0 plus x as 1 plus x as 2. Should we include the case of x equal to 0? So yes, we should include, because this may so happen that no car is crossing between this time interval, the particular road junction. Yes or no? X equal to 0 is a possible case in this manner, because the x is the number of cars which are crossing a particular junction, which may so happen that it will come out to be 0. Okay, so that's why we are considering this case. Now just use the formula of probability of x is e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power x by x factorial. So e to the power minus 3, 3 to the power 0 by 0 factorial. E to the power minus 3 is a constant. 3 to the power 0 by 0 factorial is 1. This is 3 by 1 and this is 9 by 2. Okay, so 4 and 8 and 17 by 2 e to the power minus 3 is your answer, which is given in option C. Yes, very good. Option C is the right answer. Option C is the right answer. So this completes your part. This completes your part of standard probability distributions, where we discussed about uniform, exponential, Gaussian, binomial, and this Poisson distribution at last. Okay, now let's come to a part which is not that much important, but